Hi, I'm here with Saints head basketball coach Rylee Hernandez. Team is coming off a really big win against at Dodge City, and coach, the team is now headed up against number 15 Huych on Saturday in the
Yep.
greenhouse at 6 o'clock. So, it's good to get a win, right? And
Yeah,
good to get a win
absolutely.
going into facing another tough opponent.
Yeah, and it's it had been a minute for us to be in the right column as far as 1-0 and 0-1, and I think it's a sense of relief for our guys just knowing that we can. Team's been through a lot of ups and downs throughout the year, and we've played and started a lot of different lineups. So good for us to see some consistency in our lineup here, and then also see some production inside of our lineup. We had some great contributions. Nathan Jones led us in scoring and was just a rebound off a double-double. Jaden Martin only missed one shot attempt in scoring over double figures, and again added 7-8 rebounds. And Lou Vasua had a double-double. So great front court production, and then offensively in the guard play, we really had everybody contributing. Davo has really stepped up in a big way, and Matthias has made some really good plays for us. Struggled in some spots yesterday, and we were still able to be successful. And Carson Bennett, same thing, struggled in some spots, and we were still able to win. And those two guys have almost had to play perfect for us to be in ball games. So it was good for them to see some other contribution, for us to see some other contribution, to kind of take some of that pressure off the two of them that are both really good dynamic scorers and great players and teammates. And for them to see some other teammates step up was big for us, and something we're looking for here when we play Hutchinson.
Right, and even though you said, it's good to get the win over there, even in your losses, though, there were a lot of good spots over there. You can sort of see that the team there was on the edge too over there, and then it just sort of falls apart a little bit. But you can still see that the potential is there, and you just sort of realized it with that. One of the big things of that city that I was really impressed with was that you guys had a big lead, had it whittled back down, but you guys came through, and that shows a lot of mental toughness. So, during those losses, it's been sort of building, I think, to the win. And so would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I think we have, and we've stayed patient with our group and still been really demanding of our team and trying to pull more out of our team in every possession and every opportunity that we got on the floor in practice or in game. But realizing some of those situations that we're going through some problems that you go through in October, typically. We were going through makeup, how we wanted to guard, how we wanted to score. We were going through problems that you usually work through in October. And with our team makeup changing, we had to kind of work through that. And there's a lot of really good stuff that happened in Garden City, and then there were some real big blunders. And those blunders in February, you can't have those and still be in a game to win it on the back end. And but we started to see those things, those trends in those games prior, and Coffeyville was the same way. And so I think for us as a group, just now knowing that we can, I think gives us a little bit extra here jumping into having an opportunity to play one of the best teams in our conference in Hutchinson Community College, a historic program. The host of the national tournament and the Mecca Junior College, and bringing them on a road game. They don't have too many of those. They play a lot of those things at home, so great for us to get them in our house.
Yeah, and one of the things is the injuries, I think, on the team. And now, would you probably say that you're pretty healthy for the team?
Yeah, we've got guys out for the year, and it's kind of just understanding that. Been really excited for some of our guys that have been out for the year. They're some of them are finally cleared to take contact. And so they've been practicing but haven't had a chance to get in any sort of live play. And we've had a lot of guys and have a lot of guys that are sitting down that won't play this year at all. But for them to even get back into the flow of practice, I think it just helps the morale of our team, where there's strength in numbers, and no matter what we're doing, practicing or whatever movements we're making, to see more guys making those movements and being more engaged and involved in practice, I think it's helped us. Kiku Parker's finally able to take contact, and he's providing opportunities and spaces to lead, even being in he's a scout team guy at this point because he can't play this year, but a really good one, And again, he's getting us ready to go and getting us ready for game days. And his ability to play is sometimes even better than the guy that we're going to see across from us that night. So getting in a space where we know who's going to play, I think, is the biggest thing. And being able to play through some of those fatigue moments and those moments of being hurt. But I think we're finding a little bit more of a rotation, and we're finding a little bit more consistency in that. Like I said, if you look at our season, almost everybody has started a game somewhere. So I think we're finding some consistency in our lineup as far as how we want to start, and then also in how we want to substitute. And the guys are starting to feel a little bit more comfort in that.
And one of the person over there that's what pops in over there who's played lately is Mervyn Hope. He's been on the lineup out on the floor over there, and he's been playing more, I guess.
Yeah, he has. He didn't play as much as last game, but the games prior he's been playing a lot more, and just getting back here and persevering, and really proud of him fighting through to be able to get here and put himself in a space to be able to compete and be able to represent Seward County Community College and take advantage of every opportunity that's in front of him. And he was somebody that was out for a very, very long time. And, you know, some people might be looking around trying to figure out who he is at some moments, but excited for him to be back, and excited for him to be a part of a team and part of our team.
And one person that you mentioned is Jaden. He sort of seems to be finally picking up over there. It's been up and down season for him, I would probably say.
Yeah.
But it sort of seems like he finally has a focus, I hope, and he's playing well.
Yeah, he is. He's playing well, and I think handling failure is one thing, and handling success is a completely different one. And I think as we go through, teaching how to handle success is as important as teaching how to handle failure. I think when you're failing, some of the things that you look at, they're real evident and obvious. Energy levels, effort levels, focus levels. When you flip over to success, those problems still can arise in thinking that you can just show up and those things will happen. So he's played he's played a lot for Seward County, and he's had a lot of games where he's played well, and he's had a lot of games where he hasn't. He's kind of in that space, but staying consistent is really his next step. And I think he does have a chance to do that, kind of steady himself and play simple. He's really starting to play simple, and he's starting to play with trust of teammates, and he's starting to get back to being the elite defender that he was a year ago. And that might be his best strength, is being able to guard at a professional level. I mean, he can really move his body, and now staying focused to doing that and rebounding, then everything else kind of goes into place for him.
I mean, he's really important if his head's in the game and he's focused out over there, because we've seen that.
Yeah, and I think his head's in the game. I think it's just sometimes there's so many things you can do when you're 6'10", and you can pass, shoot, dribble, and you can jump, and you can score, and it kind of, there's almost too many things to look at sometimes. So it's just easier when his plate shrinks, and then he's able to kind of just stay focused on a few tasks, and whatever they are, he can do them at a high level. So yeah, important to our success. Nathan Jones, important to our success, and Luva, important to our success. That front court, if they can stay solid, we can really put ourselves in a good spot.
What do you expect out of Huych?
Yeah, they're fast, they're athletic, they're long, they're physical, and they're a really good team. Their team dynamic is great. They don't really worry about who scores. They've got 5 guys, 4 guys in double figures, 1 guy just underneath it. And they're able to just play to strengths, and they do a really good job of that. So we got our hands full with them on the defensive side, and then for us offensively, they're going to be pressuring up, and they're not going to allow us to pass the ball around the arc with ease. They're not going to allow us to get to spots with ease. There's a lot of pressure for the whole 40-minute game. So being able to handle that pressure, and then being able to get into our offense, and being able to allow ourselves to find the open man, it sounds simple and seems simple, but that's really what our focus is going to be on, is playing and understanding that some of the pressure that's coming is false pressure, and you have to be able to recognize that and make a sound play without getting sped up.
So do you think the team is a little bit more relaxed now? Going, I mean, you always want to focus in, but you guys, like you said, you got a monkey off your back. You guys picked up a really big win. It was on a road win, no less. And so the team a little bit more relaxed, since they sort of take a breath.
Yeah,
And now, but at the same time, too, like you sort of said, you can't relax, can you?
Yeah, I think as the team moves and as it's flowing right now, it's more an understanding that we are able to win.
Right.
There's some times where we're in a guarding game, and I think even we're trying to understand if we have the ability to go 1-0. And I think we now have seen that, and we're on the other side of that again after our team roster kind of changed and pieces and players shifted. I think we're now in that space, and it's important. You've got to move with confidence. You got to move with belief, and I think our team has confidence and belief, and that's important going into homecoming. That's important going into playing Hutchinson Community College, number 15 team in the country at home.
Right. And the Saints will play Hutchinson at the Greenhouse at 6 o'clock. You can get tickets at Equity Bank. Coach, thanks a lot and good luck.
Thank you.